Dr. Sanjeev, the chief of the now world-famous Amrita Institute, which was inaugurated by the Prime Minister recently. But Sanjeev is famous on his own. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, no conference can be complete without his charismatic presence. So he is going to lead this panel discussion today. We have absolutely illustrious panel in this particular discussion today, which is the challenges and opportunities for the healthcare institution. And panelist is Dr. Bishnu Panigrahi, who again is a great friend, sir, and he's the Group Medical Strategy and Operations Head of the Fortis Healthcare. We have been together for very, very long time and has been a great pillar of support to CAHO. More and more hospitals are moving towards adoption of EMR. Has patient safety quotient improved after implementation of EMR, or is that a mirage?
Good evening, everyone. I think so. Most of the organizations are now looking at electronic medical records. In my earlier stint in Max 2009-2011, was part of the group which helped roll out the EMR. It was dealt with the Del Perro's US system, which is now the Max system is functional. As I sit in Fortis now, we are in the process of rolling out our new version of EMR that we have finalized. It's in-house built with one of our sister IHH companies. So over the next 18 months to 24 months, it will be rolled out. So EMR is there to play, and it has a lot of advantages. Because, as said, on a lighter note, was the handwriting, and that is where a lot of times the medication errors. The first thing starts that the transcription becomes altered because they've not read the handwriting properly, and medical records are becoming more and more important. And EMR will be the supportive thing, because if you look at it, we have become a very litigant society. So this is the harsh reality that all of us have to face. And without the medical records going forward and the volumes of cases going up across the healthcare space, this is a must.
Dr. Vishnu, there is so much of talk about value-based medical care delivery and precision system. There are two things which has been adopted so well is clinical decision support system and AI-based algorithm, be it in histopath and radiology and many other clinical care delivery. So what do you think, how best we could adopt and what could be the pro and con?
Thank you, Sanjeev. And the first thing that, as I said, the cart and the horse. Here the horse is the EMR, the CDS is the cart. And so we have to put the horse in place, which is happening now with the EMR rollouts, because all the data will flow in, and from that the decision support comes in. From the data that is captured, from that the AI will be delivered and made. Coming to the clinician decision support, I think this is will become mandatory. Like we are not discussing about EMR across the healthcare landscape globally, India specific in particular, especially the government also is looking at with the Ayushman Bharat thing, having a complete, the digital India mission is now taking shape under Mr. R.S. Sharma. So we are seeing a lot of movement, and I think so we have to be ahead of the curve instead of waiting for things to happen. So on the clinical decision support, this is something which helps, number one, in patient safety, because as medical students, we've always taught that do no harm. That's the first thing. So before we look at anything, I think so this will go a long way in looking at patient safety, right from drug medications to guiding clinicians on different clinical management systems, and simple things. It gives a reminder also to various clinicians. I'm giving a small example. A surgeon has done a splenectomy. Now, generally we go ahead and have them vaccinated for influenza, for pneumococcal, but obviously none of us are perfect. We may have, it may just have slipped up, but this backup, because when it's in the electric system, it is there that you've done a splenectomy. This will throw up a reminder. We are now the diabetic capital of the world, and it is increasing. We are a huge population of diabetic patients. So diabetic care also, the clinical decision support will give the nursing colleagues a lot of support and help in preventing unnecessary hypoglycemic attacks that happen. So these are small examples. It will also look at how do you reduce cost, because cost is an important thing going forward. While we imbibe technology and look at it, we should not be looking at it as costly toys and nice toys to have with us. But at the same time, we have to keep our costs also under control. So the clinical decision support also will guide us on what are the investigations which we should do going forward for a clinical subset. So sometimes what happens, we just do all the investigations that are there available, which is not required, because each investigations cost money, each diagnostic test costs money. For example, the new system, I was looking at reading out about some of the places where they have used the system on differentiating between the different types of neurology episodes, the neuritis that happen. What are the neurological deficiencies that can? So based on the clinical decision support, you can guide your treatment modalities, you can guide the investigations. So you can, that's a way of bringing down the cost also. So that is how we should look at the clinical decision support going forward on the patient safety, on guiding us on our clinical management, as well as reducing costs.
Thanks, Dr. Vishnu. I think very appropriately you mentioned about the drug interaction, the cost of care would reduce because of CDSS implementation and drug lab, and plus the alert manager.
Sanjeev, can I just come in? Sorry, Sanjeev. Just for the sake of everyone, if you look at it, we have a lot of junior doctors working us. It's across the healthcare space, whether it's public or private, whatever it is. And they need a lot of help. And this will go a long way to sort of bring in have a huge common denominator as far as the care is concerned. So I think so. This is because the seniors, they are well read, they have attended conferences, they know, they are skilled. But down at the floor level, as I call the shop floor level, this will be a huge gain for our healthcare workforce going forward.
Absolutely, I think that's a very, very good point and very critical point. Seeing the undergraduate and postgraduates and their competency building. So we now come to the end of this discussion, and I know there are challenges, but there are huge opportunity, and let's encash on this to improve effectiveness, to improve efficiency, to reduce cost, and ultimately patient outcomes. So thank you so much.